Yeah, man, just sitting there, I was like, the mighty Metropolis FC. That's so awesome.
TJ Tulin with the cred.
Next up, we're going to think about Freeland, which is home of Black Lightning, and Dakota City, which is home of Static Shock, and the home of Milestone Media, which Static Shock is from. So there's a whole Dakota verse there. So with a lot of these fiction cities, we kind of had to think about, okay, so what would be the real life correlations with each city? Some were easier than others. So for Dakota City, we went with like a Detroit, type thing, and then with Freeland, we went with ATL, Georgia type thing.
So being the only Southern team that we have, we've got to be about pride, heritage, culture. It's got to represent the South. It's got to be strong. It's got to be Atlanta United. It has to be everything. And so I'm thinking it has a lot of work that has to come, but it's something that's an icon status, bright colors that you can hold on to that are different than anyone else in the league, and honestly, a name like the Freeland Pride.
You think Freeland, of course, the first thing you think of is the superhero Black Lightning. So, it's pride. So it's something, you say pride, I think lightning. I'm thinking something power related, like something, something energetic, something, because you don't want to do just the lightning bolt and just call it a day, you know what I'm saying? But you want to do something that kind of, like you said, like represents the South, represents the area, and has references to things that we know about the city.
I agree. You need a strong logo, a strong icon, and for better or for worse, political statements all aside, I think simply a fist will work beautifully.
Because it speaks to the culture that it represents within the comic books and within the story of Black Lightning. And then also just the name of the team itself, Pride. So showing pride in who you are. And then I also, in my sketches, I wanted to see if I could pull it off, and it works pretty well in my humble opinion, is that those kind of broken chains or broken ribbons that surround the fist, I actually had the idea to have that F there, so it's just to put a hidden F in there, and also to hide the shape of Georgia in the fist, which I love logos that kind of have those hidden things in there that you can catch if you're looking for them. So yeah, the Freeland Pride went with the color scheme that we talked about. You got the fist, you got the broken ribbon, the broken chain representing the F there, and yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Dakota City.
So this one's a little more unique. Like you said, there's a whole Dakota verse up there. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. And also, like Freeland, this is going to embrace part of a whole geographic part of the country. So this is, it's kind of like a Detroit area. It's like that kind of mechanical kind of side, but it's also around the lakes. If DC's map is based on the US, which it's supposed to be, then something with the kind of lakes and those kind of atmosphere that could play into your design as well. As you said, it is the home of Static Shock, so it is something that you can play into with that kind of that look. I like the color scheme from his jacket a lot.
As we've done on this series, I'm gonna take what we've talked about here, and, just research, sketch some things out, design some things, and then reveal what we've done. Now, the Dakota City Football Club is based in Dakota City, which is in the DC Comics universe, was actually originated as the home of the Dakotaverse, which actually was created by Milestone Comics. So this is one of the main superheroes that everybody knows that's from the Milestone Comics Dakotaverse is Static Shock. So as we were talking about maybe doing like the Wolves, like the Dakota City Football Club, and have them kind of be nicknamed the Wolves. So I actually did a simplified version of a wolf. I just looked at a picture and kind of got the essential features and then kind of made it the way I wanted to and put it in the center there. I drew inspiration as I did with a lot of these from MLS logos, but this one specifically, as far as like getting an idea for how I could construct it, I looked at the Miami MLS team and their logo, and that kind of gave me just some ideas on just general structure. So you have circle with the Dakota City Football Club, you have the wolf in the center there, you have the soccer ball representing the nose, which I thought was a nice touch, and then 1993 is representative of when Dakota City was first introduced to comic books, and it was introduced by Milestone Comics. So that 1993 is kind of a nod to Milestone and the legacy of the Dakota verse. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to check out this man's podcast, For the Love of Story. It's great. It's epic. You want to check it out. If you love stories in any medium, you want to be listening to this guy. And remember, as you go along in life, teach as you learn and inspire as you do. See you next time.
We should probably be plugging EATV. I mean,
But
you could do an outro, like, "Hey, thanks again." Like it's just gonna show like the next video kind of thing. Be like, "Hey, thanks again for checking this out. You know, here's a link to this. Here's a link to this. If you want to see a podcast TJ and I do together, go check out Everyone Their Brother podcast here. You know, you can do an outro for all your videos."